Hello and once again welcome to questioncricket.com show. Well, before knowing how to bowl a type 2 googly, let's learn what actually the googly is. Well, whether it may be a type 1 or type 2 or any other type of googly, googly will be always a delivery which should be pitched in and around the off stump line for a right-handed batsman and is allowed to move into the batsman or spin into the wickets after hitting the pitch. Now, let's learn how to bowl a type 2 googly. Well, to bowl any type of googly, the bowler needs to concentrate on many different things like gripping the ball, direction of front leg, position of body or chest, position of arm, position of wrist, and finally rotation of the ball. So, now let's move on to how to grip the ball for a type 2 googly.
Well, today I am going to explain you how exactly to grip the ball for a type 2 googly. Actually, the gripping for a type 2 googly is quite different from a type 1 googly. Well, actually, if you look at the gripping for the type 1 googly, it will be in this way. Well, actually, I would like to say you that the gripping for the type 1 googly and basic leg break is one and same. Well, it will be in this way. Well, if you look at my grip, you can see how clearly the grip is. Well, this is the grip which we use for the basic leg break and also for a basic googly. Okay, but now for a type 2 googly, the grip will be in this way. Well, what you got to do is just try to seam up the ball. Okay, now this is the seam up. Now seam up the ball in such a way that the thumb can be switched on or switched off on the left leather part of the seam. Okay, like this, switched on or switched off. Now the index finger and middle finger should be at a comfortable distance, and the index finger should be rested on the edge of the left part of the seam, and similarly the middle finger should be rested or should be in contact on the edge of the right part of the seam. Okay, and these both important fingers should be at a comfortable distance. Well, it shouldn't be too like this, too far or too close. It should be at a comfortable distance. Well, finally the ring finger should be rested on the right leather part of the seam like this. Okay, well, at the end of the day, the grip will be in this way. The only change, the fast bowlers will have the similar grip, but the thumb will be under the seam, down at the seam, along with the seam. Okay, like this. But here in type 2 googly, it will be here. It can be switched on or switched off. Well, finally the grip will be like this. Now, the grip shouldn't be too tight. It shouldn't be too close in contact with the palm. Okay, it shouldn't be like this. Okay, or it shouldn't be too loose like this. See, if you can see the gap between the ball and the palm, there shouldn't be gap, this much of gap. It should be comfortable. Okay, like this. Now, what you got to do, what you should do to get the comfortability. To get the comfortability, what you need to do is, these are the two main fingers which play the major role in rotating the ball in the direction of leg slip region. When you release from the back of the hand. Okay, now to get the comfortability or flexibility of the grip, you need to practice like this. See, look how I am trying to rotate the ball from bottom to top or down to top with the help of these two important fingers, index and middle. Well, this is the same phenomenon you got to do from back of the hand when you release the ball. Well, this is the way you need to practice so that you can get the comfortability and the flexibility. Well, If you practice like this, it will be easy for you to release the ball from back of the hand in the direction of leg slip region, which is the key in in moving into the batsman after hitting the pitch. The ball after hitting the pitch moves into the batsman. Okay. Finally, this is the way you need to grip the ball. Okay.
Now, let's move on to the concept of direction of front leg and position of chest or body. Well, to bowl a type 2 googly, the direction of front leg has to be straighter or sometimes can be towards the first slip region, depending upon the comfortability and situation. And at the same time, the position or direction of chest has to be towards the fine leg or leg slip region, or sometimes can be towards the batsman, depending upon comfortability and situation. So, what actually is the reason to follow these applications while bowling this type of googly? Well, the reason behind this is to simply get the comfortability in raising the arm at an angle of more than 60 degrees with respect to horizontal shoulder level position, which actually is the key in bowling this type of googly. And also, it gives the good comfortability in landing or dropping the ball in and around the off stump line, which actually is the good line to bowl any type of googly. Now, let's move on to the concept of position of arm and wrist. Well, to bowl this type of googly, the position of arm has to be raised at an angle of more than 60 degrees with respect to horizontal shoulder level position. And also, this action looks just like a bit of high arm action. And at the same time, the wrist has to be rotated from basic 0 degree position to 180 degree position such that the back of the palm will have to face the batsman. So, the actual reason to follow these two applications is to simply make sure to rotate or spin the ball comfortably along with the seam in the direction of leg slip region, which actually is the key in bowling this type of googly. Now, finally, let's move on to the concept of rotation of the ball in this type of googly.
Hello guys. Well, now I am going to explain you the concept of rotation of the ball in type 2 googly. Well, actually, the rotation of the ball, the concept of rotation of the ball in any type of googly, whether it may be type 1 or you can say basic googly or any other googly, is one and same. The direction of the ball, the direction of rotation of the ball will be towards leg slip region always. To happen a googly, the direction of rotation of the ball should be towards the leg slip region, whether you ball with along with the seam or whether you ball with a scrambled seam. Well, whether the ball may rotate with the scrambled seam or with along with the seam. Well, actually now this is the type 2 googly. Now as I said, now the concept is same in any type of googly. Well, now in this type 2 googly, the rotation of the ball, okay, now in type 2 googly, the grip will be in this way, seam up, as I said in earlier videos, the seam of the ball like this. The thumb can be switched on or switched off. Okay. Now these two fingers, index and middle, will play a major role in rotating the ball in the direction of slip region. A leg slip region. I am talking about the leg slip region. Okay. So you got to release the ball from back of the hand such that the back of the palm should face towards the batsman, like this. Like this. See, you can look at my back of the palm is clearly facing towards the batsman such that the ball may rotate along with the seam in the direction of leg slip region with the help of index and middle fingers, which play a major role in rotating the ball towards the slip region. Okay, so this is the way you need to make sure to rotate the ball in the direction of leg slip region so that the ball after hitting the pitch should move into the batsman. Well, remember these two fingers, index and middle, will play a major role in rotating the ball towards the leg slip region. Okay, so and at the end of the day, the ball will rotate along. The ball will rotate along with the seam. Okay, will move along with the seam and pitches and will move into the batsman. And there may be a bounce. Okay, because it pitches on the seam. Okay, this is what the concept of rotation of the ball in type 2 googly. And remember, even in type 1 or a basic googly, the ball rotates in the direction of leg slip region. It may rotate like this, but in the direction of leg slip region, or in this type 2 googly, it may rotate like this in the direction of leg slip region, but both are one and same. Okay, this is what the concept of rotation of the ball in the type 2 googly.
Well, you can see how nicely the ball is getting released, majorly with the help of index and middle fingers and trying to rotate in the direction of leg slip region along with the seam. Even from this angle, you can see very clearly in slow motion how nicely the ball is rotating along with the seam in the direction of leg slip region, which in fact makes sure to spin or move the ball into the batsman after hitting the pitch. Now, let's watch the complete type 2 googly bowling action.
Hope you have understood the concept. Meet you in the next video. Goodbye.